Ducarroz, ramp start. Riders ready, watch the front.
My name is Cameron Wood. I'm a professional BMX racer for Mongoose Bikes and USA BMX Foundation. I grew up playing a lot of sports as a kid, loved to compete.
He raced his friends to the water fountain. It's just his nature was to compete in everything he did. He loved his bike. He just took to it so naturally.
You know, I got the training wheels off around 3. I'd go on walks with my mom around the neighborhood. She found a flyer of the local track in Bozeman, Montana, and took me out there. Fell in love with it right away. I just love to go fast and try new jumps and just push myself, and I think that's probably what drew me into BMX.
What place will you be taking today? First place.
Round turn number 2, that is Chaz Matey.
No.
Oh, Cameron Wood on the 24, taking a spill. Now he's back up and in the rhythm.
He wasn't always the fastest kid, but he'd push to the finish. I mean, I can't tell you how many times he would come from the middle of the pack and pass 2 or 3 people on the last straight.
7:36 of Chaz Matey.
A lot of heart, dedication, hard work.
Growing up in Montana, we had 2 tracks in the whole state. You could only ride 3 or 4 months out of the year.
We'd maybe do 1 or 2 races in the winter just to get him on his bike. I guess when it really clicked as a 7 expert, there was a race in Grand Junction, Colorado. Loaded up the car, took him to that, and he won both days. There was a race in Chula Vista, California. Up second the first day, won the second day. Now he's top 5 in the country in points, and that's kind of what opened the floodgates.
I would have moved to Arizona in 2018, I believe. I just finished my sophomore year of high school, and my family, you know, they've been my biggest support system from day one, and they were willing to make the move with me.
We came here for him and we believed in him, and he never faltered. He's unbelievable.
He's always pretty focused, very process-driven, goal-oriented.
He has a plan for everything and follows through.
All the little things that he takes so seriously that some people might not, I think that's the reason he's been so successful.
Taking all of the little steps to be better, and am I better than I was yesterday? And if I do that for a long period of time, where am I going to be at 10 years down the line? '23 was it was a crazy year. First stop of the year, it was pouring down rain. Everything was wet, could barely see out of my goggles. My rear tire just spun down the hill, and I kind of went head first, just put my arms out. All of a sudden, everything stops. Basically a fracture to the socket that holds your shoulder in place, and then a torn labrum.
It is Monday. Had surgery Thursday. Not much pain anymore. It just feels so weak.
I'm like, okay, this is the situation. It's happened. It's done. What am I going to do with it? It was a 4 to 6 month recovery process, and I made a promise to myself really when I was back that I didn't want people to even know I left. My first big race back was Argentina.
Knows how in front, but here comes Cameron Wood of the USA picking up the whole shot. Cameron Wood of the USA.
And it ended up being, arguably the biggest win of my career.
And Cameron Wood's a very happy man.
I felt liberated, kind of. I'm like, what's the next challenge that's going to come my way? I'm going to be ready for it. To get to Paris, it's just going to take more of the same kind of execution and performance and sustain it for as long as I can leading up to the event. The Olympics is something that you can't distract yourself from. It's really kind of the end-all be-all for me. We are here in Phoenix, Arizona. We're at Black Mountain Winter Nationals. My first professional win was here. Excited to get it underway.
Shot with this one down into turn number 2 right now, down that 3 straightaway. Doug coming back down the line, going to be Corbin Sharon picking it up for the 2. How about Trent Moore for your 3? Damn, can't count us again, down that 2 straightaway. 3 straight, we're going to go. Oh, the cam slam, go! Watch out, the Cardinals in, oh no! Oh, man, that's a hard one to swallow, but you know what, if I could get up and walk.
I was trying to make a move and thought it was good enough to win, and then crash. That's the nature of the sport. Sometimes you hate it, sometimes you love it.
Photo turn number 1. Bring it back around. Come on, back out. It's down that 3 straight away. Ejecto Cito.
Obviously, came in, wanted to end the weekend off on a high. It's kind of been a rough one. I felt like I set myself up well, tried to make a good move and make it stick in the dirt turn, and it didn't work out. I want to be remembered as someone that leaves everything on the track and try to win. Sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. You just got to put my head down and just focus on the next opportunity. You know, people see me in a race environment. I'm a very serious person in that environment. Some people like it, some people don't. I don't really care, but if the people closest to me, they know who I am, that's always been good enough.
Ready? Watch the game.
First round of the World Cup series, and my tires slid out underneath me, and I put my arm down kind of by my side. It was the same shoulder, and it felt similar to the first time. And it just felt like a nightmare all over again. We are back home from New Zealand. I'm in a sling. I'd say the moment things kind of turned for me was when I got a call from the surgeon. He gave me 2 choices. One was we do the surgery now, and the other one was we do everything we can to put a Band-Aid on it. We revisit it later on in the year after the major events. It seemed like not doing the surgery was the best option, and my focus was just on healing and recovering it, getting it as strong as I possibly could. I got back on the bike last week, so I've ridden twice as of now. I would say right now we're probably around 70 or 80%. That's kind of the hardest part, is knowing how hard do I push it, when do I take a step back. There's no right or wrong answers. We are in Tulsa, Oklahoma for World Cups round 5 and 6. I've been feeling good. I know how the shoulder feels. I feel more like myself really every time I'm able to get on the bike. Obviously, it's crunch time right now with the final events for the qualification process. So the intensity's high, the standard is high. Yeah, I feel prepared and ready for the weekend. Tulsa was overall a good step in feeling capable of winning and battling with the top guys. It was important for me to feel that again. I made the decision to stay in Tulsa. They closed the track leading up to the Worlds in Rock Hill, so I felt like it was a good place to stay and kind of train, kind of do the finishing touches leading up to this race. My first session back on the track, just entered the second turn a little bit too low. This front tire was gone before I knew it, couldn't really react, and just slammed right on my bad shoulder. And this is all happening a week and a half before the biggest race of my career. It's felt like just the same thing over and over and over, like for the last year now. I told everyone, I'm like, I don't care what it feels like, I just need it to function. I showed up on Thursday for official practice, just had the fear of like losing control, and I had to deal with it and just face it. We're here now, it's a situation, we've done what we can, controlled the controllables, and now it's time to floor it. The stakes this weekend were basically everything I've dreamed about my whole life. I was conscious of the shoulder in practice, but once race day came and the gate fell, like it was an afterthought. I was going for it. I was in a good place, running really fast laps. I won my round, I won my 8th, knew I'd be in lane 2 in my quarterfinal, right where I wanted to be. Kind of couldn't have started any better. I see clean air. I don't see anything next to me. I hear some stuff kind of happen to my left. Straight to the bad shoulder again. Yeah, then your world is done. I was just kind of devastated. At that point, you know your day's done and you can't change that. And so then you start thinking like, okay, well, how's like the big goal look now? If none of the other Americans made it to the main, then I'd be going to the Olympics. I just felt like I had no control, so I was just like, I'm just gonna go back to the trailer, do my thing, and kind of let it play out. So I was just kind of hanging out there for 20, 30 minutes, and I got a text from the director for USA Cycling. He was like, congratulations, you're going to the Olympics. It was a pretty special moment. You know, I wanted a better result yesterday. I would have liked a happier ending, but you know, my whole family was here. A lot of people I love were here. And you just think about all the sacrifices they made that eventually led to this point. You have these moments of gratitude.
The goal was to get there. Now he's like, well, my goal is to win gold. That wasn't the goal 2 weeks ago, but now there's a new goal at hand.
All of the setbacks, the challenges, the difficulties you face, that's what I'm going to look back on the most. That's what I'm most proud of. You know, I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I truly mean that.